Life is hard some days. Even as we study the understanding of grace, being part of the family of God, knowing that grace is something that gains a great inheritance for us, knowing that we don't have to work for it. Some days it comes down to, how does grace apply to the loss of a loved one? How does grace apply to a struggle at work? How does grace apply to an injury I've received in a relationship, or an injury I've received in my heart and my soul from something in the past? Is grace active there? We're going to look at the Apostle Paul's words where he says, grace is sufficient. In the case of the Apostle Paul, he was suffering from a physical ailment, and he was struggling that he wasn't feeling as though he could do everything God had called him. But what he experienced is that God's grace will always provide what God's will requires. It's sufficient. It's enough. Even in the hard times, even in the struggles, when we access it through the power of the Holy Spirit, there's a peace that comes over us, even in the midst of the chaos. So don't miss it this weekend. We want to really have the sense of what it means to embrace grace, and then what it means to apply it. How does it work every day? And then how do we help our friends around us apply that every day? We're coming up to this great event, Easter. Every other religious leader asked the follower to die for them. For us as followers of Jesus, our leader died for us. He gave us this grace. He paid the price. He is the one that took the punishment for what we deserved. He died for the things that he didn't have to die for, so that we can live for the things that only Jesus can provide. That's the sufficiency of grace. So don't miss it. 9, 10:30 here on Grascap Avenue, here in Holland, Michigan. You can join us on Facebook, join us streaming live on the internet. Just join us, because I want you to know about the grace that is the product of Easter, the product of Good Friday, the product of Holy Saturday. I want you to know what it means to live every day knowing that when you wake up, you have enough. You have enough for the day. His grace is sufficient. Bring your friends, 9, 10:30. Make sure you're inviting someone around you that doesn't attend a church. Be here. The early service is a little more classic. The later service is a little more contemporary. Just be here. We'd love to have you, love to see you. I want to teach you, and I want to learn with you all about the sufficiency of God's grace. We'll see you this weekend.